I don't know, man. I thought this was pretty close. Ooh, I don't know. That it could go either way, no doubt about it. I mean, they've called stuff that looks foul to me home runs. What is this? I think that means what is he doing? New York Mets franchise mode, episode number 67 is in this video. And in episode 66, I did not think I was going to win because Carlos Martinez had me shut down. I couldn't do anything. I would get maybe a hit every now and then, just leave them there, leave them stranded. As the game progressed, it got later and later. I wasn't putting anything up on the board. I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be embarrassing. I get a clutch 2-run homer for Pete Alonso to tie the game. I'm like, all right, here's my chance. Now they're going to go to their bullpen. I could really just, go off and finish off this game. And that took a long time before it happened. It took something was like the 11th inning when Jeff McNeil walked off with a big home run. So hopefully this game is not as long. We got Steven Matz, who has not been great for me this year, going up against Miles Michaelis, who has been good for the virtual Cardinals. So we'll see how this matchup goes. I'm pretty sure when I faced the Cardinals with Matz, things didn't go well. And still a lot of guys, oh my gosh, look at this. Everybody needs a day off. I mean, maybe that's the extra inning effect. Do you guys think that's something? Because it sure feels like it is, because everybody who played is really tired. I mean, look at Alonso. He was nowhere close to that last game. I mean, Cano was still kind of tired. McNeil's always tired because I'm always using him. But wow, I mean, oh my gosh. What am I going to do, rest the whole team here? You look at their team. Their team is super exhausted as well, but those guys are playing, so I feel like I might have to do the same. I want to see if I have any off days coming up. I checked, and in 2 days we have an off day. So we'll only rest, like, Cano. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to rest everybody. This is going to be the weird lineup we're going to go with. I mean, we're in June now, so players are getting tired and whatnot. So you're going to have weird lineups, you know what I mean? That's just part of the game. No doubt about it. The Mets are definitely accustomed to using some weird lineups, and lineups that we look at, you're like, oh my gosh, how are they going to even score any runs with the way this lineup is currently constructed? And those are the days where the Mets had a really bad bench. It's gotten a little better now. You know what I mean? Like, Eduardo Nunez is a more capable Major League Baseball player. Dom Smith is a nice little player. Things like that. Jake Marisnick, I mean, he's been an MLB player. Not saying these guys are great or should be starters, but still, at least they're not completely awful, and you feel like you kind of have a chance to do decent in a baseball game. That's all you really could ask when it comes to this whole idea of depth. But you wonder if having a DH would maybe be the way to give guys a day off. Like, let's say in this particular scenario where I really want to give Alonso the day off, but I don't want to lose his bat, so I can have Alonso DH today. You know what I mean? And he's still in the lineup. I think that would be nice, you know what I mean, as far as resting these players. So we'll see what happens. I mean, even if there is a season, I know that there have been people who said there will be baseball. There will be baseball. But I don't understand, like, how many proposals can you make and have them turned down? And, like, as I've said before, and as everyone is saying, as more time goes on, it just gets harder to do it. It becomes more unlikely because by the time these guys actually get in shape and do all their training and play the games, it's going to be cold and there might be a second wave of the virus and you just have to cancel it again. So it's like if you're going to do it, you have to do it now. You know what I mean? Like, try to get it done not as quick as you can, but try to get it done before anything bad could really happen, before it gets too late. Because like normally, if let's say basketball and hockey weren't coming back, I'd be like, all right, fine, don't come back, nobody risk it, I get it. But the fact that basketball and hockey is coming back, I know a lot more of their season is done, and the way salaries are structured, salary caps and guaranteed money and all these different things, I know it can get tricky when you're comparing the different sports. But still, to have it be held up by money, it just wouldn't be a good look. Because you know what, baseball has its critics. I will say, as much as some of us may love it, it definitely has its flaws, and people are very vocal about it. It's not the most popular sport anymore, like it once was, 100 years ago, pretty much. You know what I mean? So things have changed. They've had so many controversies, so many scandals, and they lose fans that way. You know what I mean? Because obviously you had the most recent one with the Astros. That wasn't a great look for baseball. It definitely turned some fans off. Then if you have something like this, you're going to turn fans off even more. Then the CBA next year, collective bargaining, possibly a strike, you turn the fans off even more. So all of a sudden, baseball is going to take more and more of a back seat to these other sports. Because what if somebody like me, who, let's say there's a baseball game on and there's a hockey game on, which one am I going to watch? I'm going to watch the baseball. I like baseball better. But all of a sudden, if now I'm watching hockey and I kind of get into it, now I'm watching hockey over baseball. And then what happens is that what if the NBA decides that they want to keep playing in the summer, which it looks like they might, like for next year. So that would mean that basketball is going to be competing with baseball, so they're going to lose even more money. So I just think that, like, they don't want to start this season for money, but what they don't realize is that them losing fans this year and potentially going forward with the CBA and another strike, like that would lose more fans for sure, they're going to even lose money regardless. You know what I mean? So I just don't think that this whole excuse is the greatest idea in the world. Just come to some agreement, prorated. If it's like 70 games or 60 games, fine, do it, you know, and that's it. Because it's like, if it's prorated and it's like half a season, whatever it is, you're not going to have to pay the entire contract. So, I mean, let's get over it, and let's get baseball back. So we have a runner on for Conforto. So we'll see how they work against him. Will they work around him? Will they pitch to him? It's always an interesting dynamic. Conforto gets a fastball right down the middle and drives it out to deep right field. Dexter Fowler just watches. That ball's over. I didn't even see where it went. 446 on the distance, 112.7 on the exit velocity. Probably not ideal to throw Conforto a fastball down the middle. I mean, that wouldn't be the thing that I mean, it probably would be a thing I do unintentionally, trying to throw in the outside corner with good timing and ends up down the middle. But still, I'm very glad that he did that so that I could do that. You know what I mean? Because as I said going into the at-bat, will they give Conforto a pitch to hit? It's why I batted him third this game with Alonso being on the bench. I was hoping that either McNeil or Nimmo would get on. This way Conforto could have a chance with a runner on base. Because, as I've said before, when there's actually someone on, it's less likely they're going to walk me because they don't want two base runners on and a runner in scoring position because there's already a guy at first. He moves up to second. So that gives Conforto more pitches to hit. And when he gets one to hit, good chance that's going to happen. Let's see where it went because I completely missed it. Oh, it was upper deck. All right. Because, I mean, with the 112.7, it was hard to keep up with it. That thing was gone so quick. And Dom Smith drives it out to deep right field early. Okay, no idea where the ball is, and I guess it's foul based on the way he reacted. Oh, that's just foul. Wait a second. Hold on. Can we get maybe a nice little review? Goldschmidt, why are you in the conversation? You're not part of the umpire crew. Are they going to take a look at it? I don't know, man. I thought this was pretty close. Ooh, I don't know. It could go either way, no doubt about it. I mean, they've called stuff that looks foul to me home runs. What is this? I think that means... What is he doing? Can you just say foul ball? Why is all the hand motions? Okay, it's a foul ball. All right. You could have just said that, but alrighty. I was just thinking about Steven Matz and Syndergaard and how long these guys have been on the team. And I really thought about Syndergaard in particular, obviously, because of the injury to him. And you know what? It kind of makes sense now why Brody, well, I mean, maybe not so much Brody, but why there were like so many trade rumors involving Syndergaard once Brody Van Wagenen became the general manager. I mean, when you think about the fact that Noah never had the Tommy John, it was bound to happen. A guy that throws 100 with a curveball and all that stuff, like, he was so bound to have Tommy John eventually. So, I mean, it definitely made sense to trade him before it happened, while people still think he's this amazing pitcher, which some think he is, which I don't. I mean, I don't really see it. I see a very inconsistent pitcher. I see a guy who has, you know, good stuff, but not necessarily good results. I see someone that can't get hitters out and, you know, is done after 5 innings because he has 100 pitches from all these 8-pitch at-bats with them fouling everything off. But, I mean, trading him would have been so much easier and you wouldn't have to worry about the Tommy John. It'd be another team's problem, you know what I mean? So it definitely makes more sense knowing that he had not gotten the surgery done yet to get rid of him before the inevitable happened. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to be really interesting. And how does Noah come back from it? Because Strasburg came back well from it, but that's not the case for everybody, especially if Noah has a dip in velocity. That's why I've always worried about him. I don't want Noah forever because I know that once he loses velocity, he's not going to be the same pitcher anymore because he's a thrower. He is not a pitcher like Jacob deGrom. There have been games when deGrom doesn't have his velocity, but yet still has results because he knows where to attack in the strike zone and get hitters out because he can move the ball around. Noah has not learned that. All Noah wants to do is just throw the ball 100 miles an hour and then try to fool you with some off-speed stuff. As now all of a sudden the Cardinals are going straight berserk. Especially while Goldschmidt, I agree. Oh, that was on the ground, McNeil. Nunez. Dom Smith, double play. I'm used to saying, you know, Cano, Alonso, but it's different when you have the backups. You gotta try to make it flow nicer. But definitely a huge double play there with the bases loaded against Paul DeJong. Intentionally walking Goldschmidt was a great decision that the computer told me to do. And it makes a ton of sense because Goldschmidt runs the scoring position against me is a nightmare. Nimmo, drive, what? Drives one out to deep left field. It's out of here. Wow. Brandon Nimmo on a up and away slider goes into the opposite field, and the New York Mets extend their lead 3-1. That is a big surprise. I did not, first of all, I thought that was going to be like a good okay or good week, something like that. I really didn't think that would be out of here like that, especially somebody like Nimmo who does not have tremendous power. Not so much opposite field power. I feel like when Nimmo goes yard, it's more pull side, more, you know, out to right center. But I'm not complaining. That was a really nice shot by him. Look the way Nimmo drops the bat like it's nothing. Oh my goodness, Nimmo just styling on them. But I definitely will take it after giving up that run in the top half of the inning. Nice to get it right back. That definitely is encouraging. 106 off the bat, 411. It looked good to me. But that means that control is probably not going to get pitched. And that ball was at the end of my piece out. Like, it wasn't even in the middle, but that pitch is pretty over the plate. Conforto deep right center field off the wall. It's a little to the right, so that's not going to be another homer, but it is an extra base hit. You got to be ready because sometimes you're expecting them to work around you, which I figured they were going to do there with Conforto, but if they throw it down the middle, you got to be ready to take a swing at it. Oh! What's going on here, Michael? You're pitching like me now. Why did Conforto get such a late break? I was spamming that one for him to move up. Oh, nice job by Fowler to get it in, but I don't know. I feel like I had a little bit of a chance to score there. Ramos, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. That's why I really wanted Conforto to score that previous play because I knew I was going to hit into a double play. Walks on Rosario. I was thinking about how late it is in the season right now, and the fact that we're already almost in the middle of June. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that, like, no All-Star game or home run derby, am I right? That's something that you really look forward to in July, especially for baseball, where, you know, there's 162 games, and it could drag a little bit, no doubt about it. And the All-Star game and definitely the home run derby is a nice little change of pace, nice little fun event to get more action into baseball. That'd probably be another criticism of it, is that it can be pretty slow. But just having that not there, that takes away from the season a little bit, especially last year when you consider about Pete Alonso winning the home run derby. That was just like a big story for the Mets. But I don't know, man. That's another thing that's unfortunate. We're going to lose a lot of stuff, you know, because we have been so busy talking about these proposals, you know, how many games, how much money is it going to be worth, what's the percentage, all this different stuff, what's the playoff format going to look like. But what we forget is how many pages they had made of the health guidelines as well. So even if somehow they can come to an agreement on amount of games and the money, they still have all these health rules that they're going to play with. So even somehow baseball can come back, it's still going to be very far off from the baseball that we are accustomed to. So it just is a really fascinating thing, no doubt about it. I mean, the thing that really kind of boggles my mind as well is that you think of the NHL and the NBA being the more contact sports. Why don't they have the 1,000,000 rules? I mean, those are the guys that are in really close proximity and actually touching one another when they do play the sport. So, I mean, I really don't know. But baseball has just been straight up weird this year. I mean, that's really the only way you really can describe it. It's been very strange, no doubt about it. McNeil gets a pitch over the plate early. Good. Oh, my gosh. Wow, I thought that was game over right there. Bader up the middle. Gonna be a tough play for Nunez, especially if he... Oh my God, the fielding is just so brutal in this game. Why did Nunez keep running, stop, take his time? Like, you gotta hurry when it's Harrison Bader. You can't be doing that. 1-2 from Matz. That one hangs right over the middle. It's supposed to drop down and away. Goes right down the middle, of course. How did he hit that? 3-2. And Fowler hits that one center field. Nimmo makes the catch. I can't believe it. I really thought that one was going to drop for sure. Of course, they tie up the game because I stink at pitching and Bader is too fast and Goldschmidt is too good at hitting. Rosario gets a fastball down the middle, drives it out to left field. Good, looking up, and it's out of here. Ahmed Rosario puts the Mets back in front with the solo shot. 99 exit velocity, 381. just snuck over there, but it's out of here. So that is the most important thing. Get a run on the board. This has definitely been a bit of a back and forth game. Unfortunately, all of my runs are coming courtesy of the home run ball, all home run or nothing, but as long as we're hitting some, that's all that really matters. And now it's a matter of protecting the lead with the bullpen. That's really what it's going to come down to, because I had the lead a couple times, blew it both times, so I'm hoping I don't do that 3 times. But definitely nice to see Ahmed go yard again. I've definitely hit a good amount of home runs with him. And the thing about Rosario is that he does have sneaky power. Like, there have been some homers that Rosario has hit that are way gone. So every now and then he has the capability of doing it. Even though it doesn't look like he has the frame to do it, he does. So you like to see him build on that, and obviously, you know, not chase pitches and things like that, and just grow into being a good hitter. I mean, obviously he was great in the second half, but you know what? He was really good the second half of the year before that. So we were like, oh, well, if he could build on that, he'll be fine. But then he was bad in the first half again. So you never know what's going to happen with him. And if there only is a second half of the season with limited games, he can't afford to have a bad first half again. You know what I mean? Like, because he doesn't have a second half to make up for it. Nunez hits that one for a base hit. Okay, so we got a couple runners on here in the 6th inning. And I'm going to go to a pinch hitter here. I'm going to Robbie Cano. I think it's a little too early to go to Alonso. So I'm going to go to Cano here. And Cano gets a fastball right down the middle. Good pop. Okay. All right. Sure. Absolutely. Wow. McNeil gets a curveball down the middle. Drives out to left field. Late. Okay. Off his glove. And Dom's going to be gunned at third. Unless I get an inaccurate throw, he's out. Nimmo gets a changeup over the plate. It lines that one early. Good in Dexter Fowler's glove. What a frustrating game. They threw me so many pitches down the middle, and I can't do anything with it because I either move the PCI or I don't send the base runner at the right time, or I send them too early, and then the line drive goes into the glove because I was too early on the timing. It's always something. Goldschmidt is just so ridiculous. It does not matter where you pitch Paul Goldschmidt. He will hit it, especially if Nimmo. Double play ball, McNeil, Nunez, Dom Smith, inning over. I don't know how Betances got out of that, but I don't know, man. I don't want another extra inning game. I really don't. I'd rather lose than have another extra inning game. I really would. Clutch walk drawn there by Eduardo Nunez. Now I get to go to Alonso. I mean, this is my chance right here. And I strike out with Alonso. Excellent use of him. I strike out with Conforto. Can't make it up. JD drives it out to deep left field, just early squared up. It's out of here. The ball game is over. Put it in the books. I'm just relieved the game is over. Like, obviously, you'd rather win than lose. I mean, I should have won this game all along. We can consider all the times I blew it, whether it was pitching or hitting or base running or fielding or managing or everything in general. But back-to-back games, back-to-back walk-offs, we get the win. Great. You know what I mean? I can't say that I'm too excited because I'm just so frustrated. You know what I mean? Like, so much garbage happened, and I just got really frustrated and really angry. And, I mean, this game can do that to you at sometimes, especially when it's on a higher difficulty. But the main thing is just that we walk it off. That was a nice hit there by JD. He's a slider down and in. And nice to get out of here with a little win. We got to talk about some baseball, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment what you think about the Cardinals and how ridiculously good Paul Goldschmidt is, and just about the other stuff in general. Like, I mean, about the long-term effects with baseball, that if they can't get something done, how does it affect their ratings, like with hockey and basketball? Because the thing is that they're going to lose so much TV money when people are going to have other things to watch with sports, because baseball is by itself in the summer. There's nothing else going on. Like July, what other sport you're going to watch? August, what other sport you're going to watch? Even September, what other sport you're going to watch? I mean, you'll watch football, you know, the couple days a week, but still, other than that, it's a lot of baseball. So they would be foolish to not get the season going, because if the NBA wants to do the summer every year, they'd have a lot more competition, and they would just be losing money, even more money going forward. So you might as well just make something happen now, because people still do want to see baseball. That's the thing. Like, I still want to see baseball. Probably more than anybody, so I don't have to do these videos anymore, and I can just talk about the real Mets instead. But subscribe to make me feel a little better about this wild game. And until the next one, be safe, be smart, be healthy, and have a good one, everyone.